Hi, everybody. Welcome to today's live talk around how to start your business in 2026. This is an initiative through a couple of Facebook groups as well, but what we want to do today is take you through a very structured process on what high ticket affiliate marketing is and the actual business itself. Today, I have quite a few people on the call and sending out the replay. So I'll take you through the video and the slides as quickly as possible to deliver you the most important information as quick as possible. One thing I hate being is just fluffing around and giving you any wrong information that you don't really need. And this is what I love to show you. So today I'm going to take you through a very structured session and show you through a quite a decent slide deck and talk to you about their business, show you the income stream, and I'm going to talk to you about direct selling through a manufacturer. So while I'm just taking you through this, I'm just going to share my screen and I'm just going to bring up the slide deck and present it while we get ready. Sorry, it might be a sec. Bring it up on full screen. All right. So one of the biggest things we know when we look at direct selling and selling products and services online is looking at really things have got to be in the health and wellness industry. It's like a $22 billion industry. It was noted, I think, a couple of years ago. So I think we're looking at the start of this year sitting around the $300 billion industry. So we're going to take you through quite a few different business models and get you through these slides as quick as possible. Because you will also have the replay, you'll be able to stop these slides at any time and have a good look through them too as well. So I'm going to give you a pretty high overarching discussion on this today. So what I want to do is really show you what it actually looks like and today. And what I'm not going to do is say guarantee you that you can make this income, but we're going to show you how to do it. And the results are really around the work that you put in also, right? So commissions are paid only on product sales as well. And this really depends on your effort you put into it. But let's look at what is driving the wellness boom. And people are drinking, less alcohol, they're being more conscious on their health and wellness, prioritizing their mental health and really investing in anything that has the biohacking and the longevity, around life. We're looking about frequency, energy, healing, and all sorts of things around our body. And it isn't just a phase anymore. This is really is the lifestyle. And we look at the younger generation nowadays, the 20 and 30-year-olds, they are really super hyped up on, being gym junkies, being healthy and wealthy. And, even us in our 50s and 60s, we are now starting to take a bit more notice of it as well. And it's not just a fad, it is actual real life. But the global wellness industry really hits the $6 trillion industry in 2023. So we know that it's going to continue to grow. And we're looking at understanding that this is now bigger than what the pharma is, what gaming, professional sports is, and what beauty is. So what we need to be covering off today is the three pillars, is really looking at our true physical health, really understanding true financial health, and what is the metaphysical health, which is everything about us. And who is this for? These are kinds of things for people who are really interested now in looking at low tox living, really moving the cost of chemicals out of your home. You want to really grow in your personal development as well. You're ready to really up level your life and your mindset and being very conscious about everything, everything about the planet and the earth. The freedom seekers, this is, about whatever you want in your life and choose your lifestyle. For Dale and I, I'm going to share a bit about our story and why this brought us to us this. I'd been looking into really biohacking a lot many, many years ago. It started in 2018 from a really bad injury that I had, and I started really looking at frequency energy healing and getting away from traditional medications and things like that. So, wellness advocates and true health practitioners support what I'm going to show you today and really looking at the longevity around individuals and things like that. So, and people that are really looking at financial flexibility, freedom, time freedom, modern income pathways nowadays, and looking for passive income online. Then who it might not be for, these are people who just really want to stay stuck in the box, won't try anything, they just live by what the doctor says and what you can and can't do, and are not wanting to try anything outside that box. So this is just not for everybody, but it is for those people who are willing to try and do something that is going to create true impact for yourself and anybody you ever meet. So this is a little bit about my story. This is my husband Dale. He's a 6'5" gentle giant. He's also an architectural building designer and draftsman. But Dale and I started on a journey back years ago. In 2004, I had two spinal fusions. Now, this led me to being told I'd never walk again and I would be in a wheelchair for the rest of my life. But what I love, and I really, as a firm advocate, is everything happens to us in life to keep pushing us forward into meeting new people, doing different things. So I took that opportunity to get back, and Dale and I did travel around Australia, which gave me back my strength and my flexibility. I also then went back to work. So my career pathway is I'm a chef by trade, been at it cooking for a long time now. Lost my last restaurant when I was 24. So I have experienced true financial loss. We lost hundreds of thousands of dollars. So I had to go from bankruptcy to rebuilding my personal wealth again. So Dale and I travelled around Australia for 5 years in 2010 to 15. And this is where we realised we wanted more of this. And we started the hunt back then to understand what is a good online business. Now, I've done multi-level marketing all my life, but I needed to have something that was going to give me the extraordinary life that I really wanted. But what I never foresaw was in 2018, when we stopped traveling around Australia, went back and worked as a manager at TAFE, I ended up with another second total and permanent disability. I had a really tragic accident at work and I lost the use of my left arm and my right hip, and my spine collapsed again. This is where it led me to sitting down and looking at, well, what am I going to do next? I could either be a bored housewife, I had to retire, I got a massive payout, and then I needed to look at something that was going to give me purpose in life. But what we wanted was more travel. We are financially stable, everything's paid off, we love our life and what we do, but still I wanted more in life. But I wanted to create true impact around the planet and help other people live the lifestyle that I truly want. So that's a bit about Dale and I in a nutshell. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the lady that's on the right side with me, the two of us in the green dress, a little bit later. But something I want you to think about today, and this is, if you've got a pen, paper, I need you to write this out. Where do you want to be in the next 12 months in the areas of your life, your health and wellness, community, and contribution? And this is around people that you're going to meet and what do you want out of life. One of the things that I was asked was, if you were to die tomorrow, how do you want to be remembered by? And I never thought about this before. And it really took me to a whole different level and place. So write these things out, because when you come back, when the power of writing something out, coming back and sitting down and looking at it is going to change your mindset on how this works. So let's talk about the true physical health. One of the biggest things, right, in our house, I'm going to show you this, is our mobile phone, right? EMF exposure is the biggest problem for our health and wellness. We are knowing now that doctors are saying, we've got video evidence and doctors talking about what the EMF exposure is actually doing to our blood and our bodies from birth. One of the worst things we know that we can do is put a tablet or a phone in a child's hand. We now have a device that takes away all of that from the house. We have products and services that take away nanoplastics and microplastics from our homes. Studies show that over 90% of bottled water contains microplastics. On average, we're digesting 5% of plastics into our body, which is causing more health issues than we can possibly know. Mold is another big issue that is surrounding us in our homes and in our life and our workplace. This has huge impact on our health and wellness as well. Let's look at single-use plastics, look at household chemicals and toxins, and we can really get to see and understand what we're going to come and have a conversation on today. So we talk a lot about this business today. And then the next videos we're going to show you in the next coming days is about how do we do all this online. So I'm going to separate this into two sections for you today. Most people want to wait until illnesses occurred or strikes before prioritizing their health and true wellness. This was what happened to me. If your income was to stop today, you had a major accident, which is what happened to me. It's happened twice now. I was very lucky after the first one that I made sure I had more insurance behind me in case this ever happened again. If you ever get sick or have an injury or an illness and you can never go back to work again, what are you going to do for your income stream? So let's break down what the ultimate offer is and why do we partner with something that creates true impact and health and wellness around the planet. Now, we deal with what's called a manufacturer, and so we do direct selling, but it's also affiliate marketing. If you want to search, affiliate marketing means that we send affiliate links to people to take them on a buying process. So you can search this on the internet to learn a little bit more as well if you need to. But I'm going to explain it to you through these slides. The True Impact products is a water ionizer. This is an electrolysis machine, which we'll show you a little bit more in the next couple of slides. It's not a water filter. It does require pre-filtration if you have particular water that needs pre-filtration. But a water ionizer, which is an electrolysis machine, changes and alters the structure of the water for many different household uses, which we'll learn more in the next slides. We have a shower and a bath system, which is absolutely epic. Now, these are fully portable. You can take them anywhere. You can put them in a caravan. Doesn't matter if you're renting and you're in a unit, or you can even build the shower system in behind walls at home if you're building or renovating, just like we are doing. We have an EMF device. We have a whole range of soaps, teas, and vitamins made by turmeric, which is, we know, the most powerful antioxidant in the world. And we have a brand new air device, which helps our air around that place, around their home. Now, we know the body's made up of over 75% water, right? So it is no brainer here to know that we need to look at the quality of the water that we drink, all right? Because if we look at how every part of our blood and our brain and our heart all requires water. When I had my spinal fusions, it was the biggest thing that I learnt about why our body requires so much water. Did you know what's in the water that you're consuming? I bet you don't. One of the things you may see or not seen before is this. Is that now I just realized that video is playing music. So I won't play that video, but when we look at the water in here is just really giving us a lot of different things through there. We know that's been researched now wherever our water is in each of the councils as well. We can find out that information. We can remove it with pre-filtration. So let's look at the type of water that you are drinking, from spring water, bottled water, filtered water, reverse osmosis, rainwater, and distilled water. It's quite common. I do have conversations with people that are buying bottled water. They're spending $5 to $10 a day. If you're spending that kind of money, you certainly can afford to have one of these in your home. Reverse osmosis is quite an interesting one. A lot of people think reverse osmosis water is good for you, and it's actually not, right? There's a lot of misconception around that. So what it does, it strips all the beneficial minerals out of it, actually kills the water, totally destroys it, takes all the oxygen out of it as well. So it actually does not hydrate you. So we want to teach you and educate you on different water that hydrates and fuels your body. So we're going to talk a bit more around that water ionizer and what it does. It transforms regular tap water into hydrogen-rich water, ionized water, which is alkaline water, and then it supports deep hydration on a cellular level. So it also breaks the blood-brain barrier. And we know that in 15 minutes of drinking this water, this can really separate the blood cells in your body so they're actually working better. And it's a really powerful antioxidant. So when you drink this water, you're actually drinking alkalized water. And when you drink a cup of alkalized water, you're actually absorbing 80% of this through your body, rather than most other tap waters, you're only absorbing 17 to 20%. So there's a very different component of understanding what is true hydration as well. And it really does balance your body. One of the things I've been able to do for me personally is be able to actually see this in the blood test results from my doctors as well. So let's look at the innovation technology of what it is. So Enagic's devices purely really just create different functional waters for the house. Now, many of them, they range from actually 2.5 to 11.5. So the machine's always making 14 pH water at the same time. It has two different hoses on it, so you use the water for different things. And it has hundreds of uses for the household. You'd be absolutely amazed to understand how many different uses that it really does have for the household. So let's look at the one machine can literally save over $2,000 a year in your house from all the chemicals and cleaning agents that you use in your home. And this is really taking your house into a low toxic and reduce plastic and waste on the planet. So we look at the three unique properties on this. The water creates antioxidation. It really does create superior hydration and alkalized water for you to drink. So what is antioxidation? So we look at it, what an apple looks like. So you know when an apple gets really old and from the new one when we cut it in half, there's a difference to understand. And the same purpose is also in our internal bodies. We can look at understanding what is an ORP. This is an oxygen reduction potential of the water. We have a lot of videos, so I can send you more videos. Prefer to do that on email rather than playing these because they've got a lot of video music playing into it. But we want to look at water that's on an ORP meter can go into the minuses. That means we're putting much more oxygen into the water, which hydrates us on a cellular level. When we drink anything from tap water to bottled water to soda water, we're actually creating more acidic effects in our body, which can actually make our body into an acidic state of that sort of thing. So let's look at what is the oxidation potential in here. So antioxidants really matter because what it does, it also helps us reduce inflammation in our body. All right, so we know that when we have no inflammation in our body too, we don't have pain in our body like we normally would. So let's look at actually reducing the oxidation potential in your body by drinking the right water. So through the process of electrolysis, the tap is really transforms the water. So what it does go through a filter first. It takes chlorine impurities out of the water, and then it goes through 8 titanium plates in there, and it splits the hydrogen molecules really fine in the water. And so we drink the water out of the top hose on there, as you can see in the picture, and it really just gives us deep hydration. It actually comes out quite cloudy when we first drink it, and within a couple of seconds, it just really absorbs into the water, and you can taste it smooth and it's soft, and it hydrates on such a different level. We know that we have a really incredible hydration recovery. Let's talk about hydration. One of the things you never thought about is when we're dehydrated, and when you're over 50, it can take up to 3 days to rehydrate. So where did it all begin? So Mr. Shiro began this in Okinawa in Japan. Now, if you've been watching the Blue Zone is in Okinawa in Japan. So Mr. Shiro's family, he came up with the concept of this 52 years ago this year. So they're 52 years old. And I've also been there last year to actually get really experience the company and the business. And I even got to see the actual what's called the miracle water. So that wasn't a most cathartic place I think I've ever been to actually stand in it and experience it, stand under the waterfall and even drink the miracle water. It's a very spiritual place to go and see and actually experience it, which is quite amazing to see. But let's look at, understanding alkalinity in a chart. On average, you may not know this, people don't really think about our normal tap water is actually registered to be 7 pH neutral, all right? So, but what is in the water is all the other things that we don't know about. So let's have a look and understanding that we do a lot of pH testing, and we can normally see that rainwater and bottled water can sit around about anywhere from 2.5 to 4.5 on average. Rainwater should never be drunk unless it's been filtered through some really heavy filtration to remove all the bacteria and the nasties, and live bacteria is in things like that, and even in bore water. So tap water is regulated and it is full of contaminants, chlorine, chloramine here in South Australia, and a lot of other things to kill all the bacteria. But we have a really incredible pre-filtration on our house before we put it in there. So what we want to do is to create true health and wellness is to be drinking electrolyzed reduced water, which is ionized water, hydrogen-rich water, and that sits between 8.5 and 9.5, all right? So this is restoring the balance in the body. For me, I had such a major change in the first 7 days of my health and wellness by putting this in our home. I had no idea what it was actually really going to do. So we know with most things in life, the optimal health really comes from the balancing of our bodies and the pH. So my question to you today is, have you ever gone to your doctors and had blood tests done and asked them to have a look at seeing what is the levels of the pain in your body, and you'll be able to have that tested in your blood. So I was able to really look at that and be able to measure in the results as I was drinking the water. So it can really help balance the acid levels in your body as well. So it's not only something we can say, but it is also backed by independent research through PubMed. I have an email with a whole medical research chart in there to send you all through PubMed. So if you like that information, we'll send it to you because what we like to do is really provide you all the scientific facts. A lot of people research on Google and searching the wrong things without understanding what they're looking for. So any published medical documents is actually published in PubMed and is also found on Google Scholar, which you may not have ever heard of before. So there's a lot of books that have been written in here as well. So we know that there's heaps of books. Doctors have written books on all of this as well over the last 50 years. There is so much out there. But one of the biggest component, I always say that it's a multi-pronged approach. It's not only the water you drink, it's got to be the water you shower in. It will not matter if you shower in rainwater, bore water, or tap water. All three are going to have the same impact on your bodies. But if you're showering in chlorinated water like we are here in the Adelaide Hills, we know that the water is extremely hard and it's full of chlorine. Now, when I put this first time in our home, we really understood how it felt on the skin. It was beautiful and soft. Your skin feels hydrated. It really cleanses and tones the skin. And it's also made from a combination of ceramic stones and minerals from the Japanese hot springs. So it has two filters in it. It is stainless steel. You only purchase one of these in a lifetime and you can take it anywhere you go. And they're very simple to install. And it makes you the ability to really look at if you have skin conditions and issues. We've seen changes in that in the first 7 days that is just astronomical. So when it removes chlorine, harmful contaminants on there, it really makes your skin feel amazing. I swim in a pool quite often, and I find after showering in this, it takes all the chlorine out of my skin as well. So we know that we have another really great product. And then the next product we're going to look at is a quick one is this is not for resale, this one. This is just for our personal use for our distributors. It is part of the business plan as well, which I'll show you in a short minute. So they do manufacture turmeric, which is grown at the manufacturing plant where they do all the shower systems in Okinawa. And it's all manufactured and grown with the Kangen water as well. It's pretty amazing to see the manufacturing plants in here. But we know the biggest one is the EMF device. This came out 2 years ago. In America, it only got released sort of about 6 months ago from the date of making this video. But we're really seeing the true impact. So I actually have a 10-minute video I'd rather send you to really show you the tests on this. It's absolutely phenomenal. We are seeing that there is the kids from babies, it's having a massive impact on their learning ability and their health and wellness as well. So we really need to take these things quite serious. So Enagic has 5 in-house Panasonic scientists as well. So the owner of Enagic, Mr. Ashira, also was the owner of Sony going back years ago. So they also have come up, so the 5 Panasonic scientists, take a step back, also were the ones that created the M-Guard, the EMF device. And then this year, in the last 12 months, they've come out with the Kangen Air. It's only a very small device. It's basically the size of a cup, and there's 4 in a packet. And this is very unique new age technology. It doesn't require any maintenance as well. So it neutralizes airborne toxins like smoke. We're hearing incredible people talking in through our community, even finding that when they sleep with one of these in their room, if they had asthma and things like that, they're finding their breathing is a lot better as well. So looking at reduces bacteria and viruses in their environment for being able to help having a harmonized home. So Enagic really looks at creating a harmonized home through our health and wellness. Now, a lot of people say, who is this for? And we want to look at a business that is for everybody. So everybody around the world is looking for these. Some of the incredible testimonials we see throughout our community, we can share globally. We're given all of these to actually share out on our social media as well. But one of the things that we find, we've got 5-star reviews all out across social media as well. And we're also backed by wellness leaders in the industry across the world. It's not just here in Australia, but it is also around the world. So we have testimonials, we have lots of videos, and if you're inside our private Facebook group called the Global Water Movement, you'll be able to hear and watch some of those as well. But it's not only them, it's all the athletes around the world. Knowing that this company has been around for 50 years, we know that, movie stars, high-end athletes are taking their hydration serious. So we look at all different articles that are inside men's journals. We can see that it's all written in there as well. People are talking about it globally. Now, this is not a saturated market. This is a market that really is only, 3% in the global market still. And it sits in the billion-dollar industry. But mine now, you might be thinking, getting the how do we get, these products into our home? So we actually have an affiliate link that takes you through the process. So you come in and have a look at it, you watch a few videos, you get to watch a bit about the money, and then you come in through here. So let's quickly look at the financial true health. So this is pillar number 2. I'm going to take you through the money now and talk to you about how does this work. Our mindset's a really big part about this is understanding we are taught from employee mindset and not we've never been taught to, as an entrepreneur mindset at school. So we're always taught to have a job, understand how this works, what is a passive income, which is what we're learning now. And, we want to not have to work all the time, or you're retired just like me. So there's a lot of different things why people are looking for things. And if we know that social media is a global impact where we can find buyers 24/7 online, people are all looking for the secondary income. In 2025, we knew the stats were 85% of households were looking for an income. So we know people are generally looking for this and they're looking for something high end. A lot of people are starting on the low end stuff, which is making $20 to $50 a sale. But now people are starting to realize that there is high ticket sales out here which create true health and wellness impact. We don't have to buy products or services. We don't stock products or services. We deal, which is what called indirect sale. So this is a model where companies choose to reward real customers like us, where we see if we were to go to a water filter shop and we would have a chat with the owner of the business, and I've done this with several of them. I've taken in our payment charts and I've shown them what we earn and asked the same question. But they've got to have a shop, they've got to stock products, they've got to have $1 million of equipment sitting in their showroom of floors, and that holds risk. What we don't have here is that at all. So the direct selling and affiliate marketing here is so easy because we share it on social media, we do a sale, and we get paid basically on a sale, which is nice and easy. So the difference between the multi-level marketing, which you may have experienced before or seen it, which is like your Tupperware, your Nutrimetics, your oils, your shakes, all of those things, they require a lot of work. They require a lot of more time and energy that you would ever put into this. Direct sales means that, and you can check this, the Direct Selling Association around the world as well, and in Australia, there's no sign-up fees, there's no auto ships, there's no monthly qualifications, no minimal sales orders, no stocking, no inventory, no auto renewals, no cumulative sales. It just really depends on how you want to run the business, and we show you how to do that. And it pays cash daily in your bank account. So we get paid around about seven to 10 days from when a sale's made straight into our bank account, which makes it nice and easy. So the growth potential stats, right? So this is the global business market. When we're looking at this direct sales market is in the $200 billion in 2022. We know it's up to about $300 billion this year. So the water ionized market is valued currently at the moment, as the date of the recording of this is 2.38 billion in 2021 and projected to grow by 3.4 billion by 2027. So we know that we're in the right industry. And we know that the market position, now Enagic is the only water ionizer on the market that manufactures every component in-house. They are very protective of their product and they manufacture everything in-house and they put it all together by the same people as well. So we ensure that there's quality control. So they sit around about $1 billion in sales a year. That was actually noted at the start of last year. So I'd like to know a little bit more in the next coming months, a bit of where it really sits. I think it'd be sitting up around the $2 billion in sales by now. We have no other companies that actually compete in against this one because none of them have been able to actually, make the same product. They're trying, but they're not getting near it. So let's take a look at Enagic's compensation plan because everybody wants to know what does the money look like. So they've created what's called a unique pattern payment system that takes you through understanding how simple and easy this is. So what they did was, if you see the little circle here, you see that there's $400 in each of the sections in here. Now, what they did was they looked at creating a 1A to 6A pattern system. So 6 individual distributorship lanes, and then there's an extra 2 above it that sits in our passive income stream outside the commission system. So we have no sign-up fees, we have no monthly qualifications, no stocking of inventory, no annual renewals, and no time limits. We get paid on cumulative sales, and we have also international sponsoring, which we get paid. I'll show you how this works. Now, if we're just talking about the one product to start with, right, basic commission structure, this unique patent system that no other company has, because it is patent, from their first 1 to 2 sales, if you were just going to go out and sell K8, right? So K8's their water ionizer. When I first went out and started this business, I just went out and sold 20 K8s. I was like, I just wanted to get to open my 3A business line sale, because once you close it off, you just open the next distributorship lane up. You never go backwards. You can take a year off, come back, pick the business, and your business picks up and continues on, right? This never deranks in this business ever, and it just continues to grow forward. So once you hit 6A, you've done 100 sales in your business. This does not mean 100 K8 sales. This means 100 sales in all the different products, and it's a cumulative sales. So if the only thing you ever had to do would be do 6 direct sales, other people can go and do all the other sales behind you. That's the only thing you have to focus on. So that unlocks, once you unlock the 6A distributorship lane around on this side and here, every time, like myself, once I open that lane up, I get paid $2,400 for every K8 sale. So that's a nice, easy sale for me. I find it quite easy to sell, and I do have a few loan ones, so it helps me sell more of them as well. So let's have a look at the 3 product range. So what we normally do is we sell you a product. We usually sell you the shower system first, and that opens your business, and then you sell yourself the next 2 products. So if you were to start with the 3 basic products, I sell you the shower system, and then you buy yourself the K8 and the Yukon, you get paid $750 in your business. So that's your first income back in your pocket. What that does, that closes off the 1A lane, and then your 2A distributorship lane opens up. That's only 3 to 10 sales. So if George down the road says, oh, I love this product, I want that for my home, and then George shares it with his mate Mary, and Mary says, oh, I'm looking for a business, and Mary buys 3 products, that closes out your 2A lane, right? 2 people sit in there. Any sales that they make, if they sell a single product or services, even just K8, you're going to make $1,500 on their sales. So you get to see how this works. Once your 3A distributorship lane opens up, your next 11 to 20 sales, whoever sits in there, that can be individual people just buying K8s. And then if they pick up the business later on, you can make money through there. So it's interesting how this business works. You never really know how or where it's going to grow, because it can grow long, deep, and wide. So once you hit 4A, this is where we call you a leader in the business. You start doing your first 21 to 50 sales. Now, this is where the business can grow very long and wide. So I'm going to show you through the next one. Very similar, but if you bought 4 products, so if you put the M Guard in place, you can see the difference between the price points per package sale. So if a person was to buy a package, now everybody that does purchase a product gives them unique distributorship roles. So say that again. You unlock your own distributorship to sell globally just with the purchase, all right? So everybody that purchases one of these gives them global distribution rights for free for life, which means that you never know when a person anywhere in these business lines down through here, once you unlock each of the distributorship lines, where the next sales are going to come from, because this is a global business. But if a person was to buy 5 products, we quite often find a lot of people start with the 5, because it's a cheap business opportunity. Like from when I set my restaurant up, we put hundreds of thousands of dollars in here. You can start from as little as $3,000 to $5,000 up to $14,000 for a whole package. And you can write it all off on your tax as well, because it's a business setup cost. And every time I purchase more of the products, I get to write it all off on my tax as well, because every product I purchase comes with a distributor ID as well. So that means it's a business setup cost, so I can always write it off. So if you bought 5, you get to see your first sale becomes $984 back in your pocket. If you're five, then it locks out your third, fourth, and your fifth sale. So the next person that starts your business closes off your distributor lane in number two. So that just gives you a little bit of a breakthrough. So this is where the most powerful structure of this business sits, where the big money comes in. And I tell you, it's the most powerful business I've ever seen in my life. Now I'm in sitting in this chart and here building this out, which is quite interesting too. And I've just done it in pockets of my time. Sorry, I just need a quick drink of water. So this is where this starts to create a legacy wealth business. Enagic has come through and really wanted to design a business that gave people the ability to earn true wealth in their business. And you become a partner in the business. So, like I said, you're an independent distributor for Enagic. So, once your business hits 100 sales, cumulative sales, 101 sales, and you've done 10 group sales, that means you and anybody else in your business in that 1 month, you get a title bonus when you hit 6A. That's a 3,000 US dollar check given to you. So just remember, we're paying you out in US dollars. So for us in Australia, it's a lot more, which is fantastic. So once you have two of your businesses go 6A, you hit what's called a ranking of 6A2, you get a $6,000. On top of all your additional incentives you're getting paid in your bank, you get these additional bonuses on top. Once they go to 6A2-2, that means you own two 6A2s. You're going to, by that stage, you're actually going to have probably 7 businesses set up inside it, and you'll be making multiple passive income streams. So the sky's the limit on here. If you think that making $5,000 a week is a really good business model, this is a business model that can pay you. I've had days where I've earned $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, and this is a business that pays incredible income. So, and you can see the title incentives that come in here, but the main big one, which I'm going to show you in the middle in here, is what I'm working towards at the moment. So when you hit 6A2-3 with Enagic, you then become a lifelong partner with Enagic. You'll be paid $5,000 a month for the rest of your life, US dollars, into your bank account for life. If you were to pass on, that is willable through the generations of your family. As long as you've written that in your will for people to be able to receive it, that's a willable thing down through there. You get a $25,000 reward paid to you as well. So it's another incentive given to you as well, plus all additional bonuses that come in with it. So we then start getting, at 6A2, we start getting quarterly bonuses also paid as well. Now, I've sat down with some water filter shops and I've shown them this, and they even said they get paid the same thing from the manufacturers. So it just shows you that manufacturers now are rewarding us to doing the same thing because we can leverage social media, share how it works. Now, what you're seeing down through here, we have many people in this as well in our community. So we know that it actually is highly achievable and it actually works. So I'm going to show you this on another call, or I've just recorded another short 15-minute video to show you how we do this online. So we have a social media training platform that is encompassing the back end of this that shows you how to do everything, because none of us start this business knowing how to do anything, right? And even if you are on social media and may be really good at it, when I actually take you through the platform, you'll be surprised on how we show you how simple and easy it is. But you're probably seeing a lot more of this on social media now where people are educating online. And that's the easiest way to attract people. We attract people through social media. We have everything online for you to share. Like, you don't have to do your own content, whatever. It's already all on there. So I've got somebody knocking on the door. I won't be a sec. So next one I'm going to show you is the products are online. You can also build your Enagic business by having conversations and demonstrations around through there. I'm just going to just stop sharing for a second. Hang on a sec. So I just want to come back and just pop back into sharing. I had to stop there for a second. And so how do we do this? Because a lot of people say, do we have to do it online or offline? This is a full business that can be done online or offline. Now, I do 50% of both. I spend probably 15 minutes online putting up some posts and I get offline, and people want to have a look at things. I share out a link that takes them through the buying process. But I love getting out and meeting people. I have loan machines. I loan them out for 2 weeks. It sells itself. On average, a loan machine will make you an additional $80,000 a year, because every time I sell one, it's $2,500. So For me, and most of people will purchase the shower system and the K8 to start with as the two main products. So we can do expos. We have all the training inside the academy, shows you how to do the expos. Everything's in there. So there's so much you can do around the product range as well. So there's no right or wrong way of actually how to do the business. So pillar three is really looking at our community. We have a 10,000 strong community that we do a lot of training with. We ask you to partner up with other people. We have a lot of events all around Australia and all around the world. So those of you get the opportunity to look in January and February this year, I'm offering some really great incentives for you to come to Japan and this in June this year. So you can actually come and meet the company, come and see it and experience all about what it's all about, and really meet some of the incredible leaders in the business. So the people who share in this community are health coaches, wellness practitioners, people that really understand health and wellness, and taking our life and everything to the next level. And these are business owners as well, business owners from all around the world that really now understand that everything now, our normal way of living and earning an income is going to be online. In the next 10 years to 20 years, this is where we need to see things move to. So a lot of the things that we always want to, we don't know what we don't know. And when we shape our environment, it really shapes our reality. And being in the room with these people just changes you and changes your reality and perception. I've been very lucky to be on stage and presented in this community during the year. I get out and go to these events as well, have a lot of fun. I love being part of the community. I've met the best friends of my life in this community. And this is one thing a lot of people are looking for is new friends or new people to meet, and really understanding what connection and collaboration is. So your journey here is to around true health and wellness. It really starts with this. So a lot of people do a business and they're lonely and on their own and they don't understand how to do it. We do mentor and support you all the way. I personally do training with all my distributors every week. And so all you have to do is look at what is the next steps to take is just make a decision. Do you start with one product? Do you want to start with 2, 3, or 4? We do have finance options as well. So we can look at financing your options from as little as $35 a week or $75 for the entire package per week. And you can pay that off very simply and quickly, as you saw in your first few sales. So what we do is really try to get you to look at how do we get you to your first 100,000 in sales. So I'm the person that's invited you here today. So you'll book a discovery call through the affiliate link I'll give you. And we really just take you through a 3-video session inside the academy, get a free account in there, look and understand a bit more about the business and the products. You'll book a call, which will be with me. And we just take you through the process to see if it's fit for you, if you're ready for it. And if you're not, that's okay. Some people just need to have a look at it and make a decision maybe a little bit later it's right for them. So one of the things to think about today is there are 7 days in a week and some days none of them because tomorrow never comes. Today is the day you make the decision. You can't worry about what happened last week and you can't change the circumstances of what happened before. So I hope you enjoyed the presentation I've gone through today and being able to give you enough education just to have a look at that. I would love to show you through the social media training platform on the next video. So you just ask me for that or book a call and just get started today. There's nothing is locking you into anything to getting started. We're just going to take you through an educational process, allow you to make your own informed decision and just see if it's something that you want to do or you would like to learn yourself. So I hope you enjoyed that and I look forward to talking to you soon.